We want to make sure that our young people stop dying of this terrible poison, this fentanyl and other drugs that are being brought in by these cartels. And I'll tell you a little story. I was talking to our great Secretary of Defense probably about a week and a half ago. And this was right after we lit up a narco-terrorist boat that was trying to bring drugs into the United States of America. And I got to tell you, I am a child of the war on terrorism era. I served, just as Tom did, in our military. I deployed to Iraq as a United States Marine, a young enlisted United States Marine. I am proud to have a president who is sending our military to light up the cartels that threaten our people in our own backyard. That's where the military belongs, if they belong anywhere. So I was talking to I said Secretary of Defense, but our new Secretary of War, Pete Hegseth. And I was talking to Secretary Hegseth, and you know what he said? He said, you know what, Mr. Vice President, we don't see any of these drug boats coming into our country. They've completely stopped. And I said, I know why. I would stop too. Hell, I wouldn't go fishing right now in that area of the world. But that is what a military that is dedicated to its purpose and a commander-in-chief that is dedicated to the national good can do. If we just have our actual government fighting for the interests of Americans and nobody else, we can make this country safer, we can protect your jobs, we can make sure you've got the best wages anywhere in the world, and we can stop this terrible poison from coming into our country. We just needed a president who was willing to fight for you, and now we've got one.
You know the fishermen, the fisherwomen of Venezuela, that when they go out to work they don't take their ID or anything unusual, that these 4 citizens had their identity and were ready to be handed over. That boat with drugs was a false flag operation by the DEA to accuse Venezuela. For detainees with Venezuelan ID were going to be released, and they are the ones telling all this. The detainees themselves are only saying that Mr. Bates Levi, Enrique Lopez Batista works for the DEA, they know it, the criminals, and this guy is playing along with this operation. We received the information and began doing the work as required, successfully. The most important thing for us is that we managed to seize 3,680 kilos of cocaine, for individuals, and we have fully identified who sent the drugs and why they sent them. All this is part of the same operation to accuse Venezuela of any atrocity, which is constantly practiced by the largest drug cartel in the world, which is the DEA. We have fully identified those responsible. We didn't kill them, because we don't have the authority to kill anyone, to apply the death penalty to anyone. We are a responsible government, with anti-drug operations of proven efficiency. Why don't they catch anyone in the United States? Drug cartels from Chicago, Philadelphia, New Jersey, New York, Miami, Orlando, Florida. And why is that not seen? They are the largest consumers of drugs in the world, where they themselves say that more than 100,000 people die each year. It seems they want to declare war on the fishermen of the Caribbean. Their war has never been in this area. I have looked for war elsewhere, but now it seems they want to declare war on the fishermen of the Caribbean. From all these islands that live from fishing, they want to declare war on the people. It is worrying that there is no one who can make them think exactly about the consequences of all this, who can stop them. They have the Lord of War in his ecstatic, Lord of War, Marco Rubio, dreams of war, and there is no one to stop him. They were sighted offshore and, like pirates of the Caribbean, decided to assault that boat. They did not count on the cunning of one of those sailors who was there, who recorded everything, because deep down what they want to do is plant drugs on a Venezuelan boat. That's all, they are desperate for that. There's something about decertification, like they were not treated well by some of these countries and they ended up certified. Mrs. Maria would say, decertification, but well. Now comes the whining. Well, it's logical that they would apply that recipe to Colombia, because for the first time Colombia is fighting against drug trafficking. We honestly have never cared if the United States certifies us or not. We don't care, we work. We are convinced that drugs have to be fought hard, drug trafficking has to be fought hard. That is why Venezuela is free of drug planting. There is no cultivation of coca leaf, marijuana, or anything like that. UN agencies say that 76% of the drugs leave through the Pacific. In that 2021 report, look for that report and see if it appears, it fell into the Bermuda Triangle. UN agencies say that 76% of the drugs leave through the Pacific. In that 2021 report, look for that report and see if it appears, it fell into the Bermuda Triangle.